Hey there guys, it's your favorite backyard geographer. I was out in the garage going through my junk and I thought of you. Now this story dates back to 1956 and I too was surprised to see that Harold would let some of his treasures escape the mountain, but back in 2005 a few guests had the opportunity to take a little piece of the magic home from Disneyland. And that piece would be a part of the Matterhorn. Opening of Disneyland in 1955, what was once known as Holiday Hill and Lookout Mountain, which was essentially the dirt removed from the moat around Sleeping Beauty's castle, was in a greater need of adventure. So in 1959, that would mark the release of Walt Disney's Third Man on the Mountain, which was a film based on the real-life first ascent of the Swiss Matterhorn in 1859. So let me open this up so you can kind of get a little peek at my little piece of the Matterhorn in there. So this here is an actual, genuine piece of the Matterhorn. During one of the refurbishments, they collected a bunch of the samples, and what they would do is they actually sold it at the 50th anniversary, the homecoming of Disneyland. So if you notice, it's got the little label there on the box. And so this was a limited edition release in which you could purchase a piece of concrete with the Matterhorn paint on the outside. So in 1958, while on location in Switzerland, Walt was inspired to bring the majestic mountain back home with him, which played well into Walt's plan of designing a toboggan-style attraction at Disneyland. So apparently, the story goes, Walt brought back just a postcard that had the Matterhorn on it, handed it to an Imagineer, and said, "Build this," and build it they did. With the help of the newly formed Aero Development and WED Imagineering, the first tubular steel roller coaster in the world would be designed. Aero Development would then continue to make attractions such as the Haunted Mansion, Dumbo's Flying Elephant, the Submarine Voyage, we'll talk about that soon, and as well as Timber Mountain Log Ride at Knott's Berry Farm. Now here's some fun facts. From 1961 to 1973, the Matterhorn actually had a 24-foot rotating Christmas star that would be placed on top. They quit doing it because of the oil crisis. It was too expensive to get a crane to put it back up on top there. Also, the vegetation around the Matterhorn is actually native to Switzerland. And hidden inside are the markings of the Wells Expedition. Perhaps you've seen that. And that actually pays tribute to the president of the Walt Disney Company from 1984 to 1994. Another thing to share that I've got here. Tiny, but still important. This is, it says Disneyland Matterhorn. On the back side it says Walt Disney Productions. I know you can't see it from all the way over there, but this was an original pin that was given to cast members that worked on the attraction that they would have worn on their lapel or on their costume themselves. This is an original park costume piece from the Matterhorn. One more thing I'd like to add is that the geology is impeccably similar to the real mountain. A couple things, they brought samples back, the granite from the actual Matterhorn to match crystalline size and color, and they needed 800 gallons of paint to create the snow that's flocked on top of the mountain. And here's another little hidden secret about that. In about 1958, a bunch of the Imagineers had gone to a restaurant in San Gabriel known as Clearman's Northwoods Inn, and they got a sneak peek up in the attic to see how they designed the snow on their roof. You might have seen it, there's another one of those restaurants on the way down to Disneyland itself. And so they helped inspire how they were going to design the snow on top of the mountain. So maybe you have a piece of the Matterhorn. Maybe you've had dinner at Clearman's Northwoods Inn, I don't know. One or the other. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll talk soon. I've got this. And you're probably thinking it's the tiniest thing I've ever seen. So this is a Walt Disney What's so funny? It's because it's little. It's not the size that matters. It's the history